Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of the MotorMarvel Podcast.
Welcome guys, episode 16, Sal. We are cranking through these episodes. I hope you guys are enjoying them.
We won't be here next week.
Yep.
I'm away on holidays just for the week, so we will miss out on one episode.
I think you guys will survive, hopefully.
Other than that, Nick actually brought a car that has some rich family heritage from his family that's been with them for a long time.
Yeah, about 40 years I think we've owned this car now.
Yeah.
So we did a special episode of Pride and Joys, so keep an eye out for that one coming up because I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a car that's been around with us for a while and we love and enjoy it. So hope you guys do as well.
Big shout out to our sponsors, Hard Hat Watches.
Thanks guys.
And our partners, Exhaust Notes.
Yep.
Only Cars.
Yep.
And Credit One.
Jeez, we're getting a bit of a list going now.
We're getting a bit of a list going now. And obviously, Nick's company.
Yep, Web Computer Technology here.
And my company, Athlete 8, which is personal training.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's get on to the news.
Sounds good. Right, so Sal, we've been talking about a few things across all the episodes, and one of them is consistently being these companies changing, the EV, the hybrids, the combustion engines, and all these manufacturers going around in circles doing things. We've got one of our guests from the homeland here for you, Sal.
Yes,
who have decided,
Alfa Romeo.
and they've decided here they're going to take a multi-energy approach, which I think is pretty much what I've been saying for many episodes.
Yeah,
is I just want to see companies starting to do this all EV or this just hanging on to all combustion and not going.
Yeah,
I think we need diversity. We need a little bit of everything, and like we've agreed across many of them, there is a place for all of them
to exist.
Now,
look,
and I think that's the exciting part. They're doing it.
Yeah, and look, Nick was kind of mentioning this off the podcast. It has been a bit monotonous because, unfortunately, in the motoring world right now, it's all about this, right?
Yeah,
and I understand that you're probably watching or listening, and are just like, it's scary. I know, and I agree with you guys, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're seeing manufacturers like
I think we're
Alfa.
finally starting to get to these points where we're going to get to manufacturing motor vehicles where we're going to have a little bit of everything, and hopefully out of the back of that we start seeing some exciting developments with what they're bringing.
100%.
Because at the moment, like we said, everything's been a little monotonous. It's been a little monotonous talking about this stuff, but I think we're getting hopefully now to the end. These guys are saying here 2027 was what they were trying to get to initially for all their all-electric. Now they're going multi-energy, which is great. I just think it's going to open up the doors for them to have the ability to do a bit of everything.
And see, that's the thing. It's for a period of time, all these manufacturers are sitting on the fence. They didn't know what to do. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look, some jumped on it and have done well. Some jumped on it and haven't done so well.
So it is good to see finally now that there is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a road to follow, and it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Unfortunately, there are some manufacturers that aren't going to survive this. We have to touch on this because the news got released today that Nissan has officially dropped the merger with Honda. So that's done, like completely done. Which now puts a lot of strain on Nissan and a lot of strain on Mitsubishi as well.
Which we also heard some news about. Yeah,
Mitsubishi have actually recorded the lowest, like I'm talking bad. They're looking to be the same and follow suit with Nissan. Look, and it's very upsetting because...
It's not looking so good.
You go back to when we were kids, these big brands had a place.
Oh, they've been dominating for 30 years.
Yeah.
All of them.
And now they might not even exist.
Yeah, they're looking at Struggle Street.
Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Toyota might buy them. Toyota owns everything then.
Look, Toyota's the only one at the moment that seems to be...
crushing it.
Yeah, well, they're keeping on top of it. They're obviously still getting their sales. They're still producing vehicles that are doing well.
We've got to think about it. Toyota's built a brand that is known for reliability.
Yeah, but not only that though. Look at some of the models they're bringing out that are actually hitting.
But I'm saying when you think Toyota, you associate reliability. When you think of BMW, you think ultimate driving machine, right? When you think of Ferrari, you think prancing horse, red, all that, Italian heritage. Shut up. When you think Porsche, you think a fantastic, right? When you think of Nissan, and then you think of Honda, and look, Honda, you probably would think.
Mate, they've all got some iconic cars.
They do, but they don't have it anymore. It's like they've bled it out of their lines of cars. And now their brand identity has disappeared. It has. It seriously has disappeared.
You talk Nissan, right? GDRs and whatever else.
It's gone.
How long? What's been the GDR, the R35 model line since? What was that? 2008 or something?
It's gone.
And they've made updated version.
Yeah.
But it's the same generation of car for what? 17 years
17
now?
years. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I think they've done is the heritage, the brand awareness, what they stood for had died out.
Yeah.
Now all the younger generation don't even know what they stand for.
The uniqueness as well, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about design and all the rest of it being, it's kind of been lost a little bit lately.
Yeah.
And I think it's been lost in some of those companies.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's what I really think is happening. And that's why these companies are struggling, is because they have for the new generation, there is no need for them. Like, it's sad, there isn't.
Yeah.
Right? Toyota, there always will be a place for Toyota because they're reliable.
Yeah, well, look, they're doing a lot of, all the GR stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think that's done good.
Yeah.
It's done well for them. Yeah.
But on to the next part. All right, a bit of a throwback to our original first episode, which we spoke about. Now, if you're not from Australia, you're from the US, or you're from Europe,
Yeah.
we spoke about how many people on the other side of the fence have been complaining about big American pickups, which I can tell them just to shove it up there. You know what?
Oh, it's your favourite. Sal loves talking about utes, guys. So if you haven't realised the first few,
I just think, and this is what I think. I think all these guys that are buying these big American pickups, and I know a majority of these guys that own them, they're hardworking people.
Yep.
Right? They've worked their whole ass off to own their dream truck. And then you got these ones going, oh, it's too big for the road. Oh, it's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, it puts potholes in the road. No, it doesn't. You know what puts potholes in the road? Big trucks.
Actual trucks.
Trucks, right? And our government and councils not fixing them because we have the the worst roads in all the world. Like, they're pothole ridden, do not get fixed. And when they do fix it up, they put a bit of gravel in and then they cover it.
The way they fix it is
Oh, it's so bad.
put a little bit in and then 2 days later it gets washed away.
It gets washed away. That's another story, right? The thing is what I can't...
Big trucks aren't causing it.
They aren't causing it. And the thing is, like with this one, this is in Melbourne,
Yeah.
and this guy's got a big GMC, right? Now, they say
And
he's
it's a very wide boy.
Okay, they say he's over the white line. He could just move over to the left and he'd be properly fit in the middle. Now, at the same
So it's more about the driver than the car, right?
Correct. But the thing is, right, even then, right, yes, it's a big truck, but you take him off the road, semis are bigger than that. Do you drive up against semis and go, oh, it's good? Look, if you're that bad at driving and you're that scared at driving, don't drive. Simple as that.
Look, I can understand you can be a little intimidated on the road, and no, you can be, right? When you're on the highway and you're in a little car and you're going past big trucks and they're moving your vehicle because of the wind,
Yeah.
right? And you go, okay, but that is just part and parcel of being a driver on the road.
Correct.
You can't. That's
You
not
should do a driver's course.
Well, no, it's just not something it's something you need to be aware of.
Yep.
Because if you're driving on the highway next to big cars or big trucks,
Yep.
then that's something that happens. But it's not a reason you're just going to ban something.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
just you need to be aware and have road awareness that there is big vehicles out there, and part of that are big trucks and big utes out there. That doesn't mean they should be banned.
No, and this is what gets me to. We bend the rules for certain people in society. Not going to mention, right? No comment. We bend the rules for people, right? And look, I'm all for it. You know, you do what you want to do, whatever. If you're not hurting anyone, you do what you want to do. You do that. But these guys aren't hurting anyone. Are they ramming people off the road? Are they running over people? Are they doing anything? No, the problem is you. It's a you problem, not a them problem. You're scared of the car. Yeah. You're assuming that it's ruining the roads. It's actually not.
Yeah.
We've said this multiple times. They say, oh, they're ruining the roads because how heavy they are. Electric cars are as heavier or sometimes even heavier than these utes, right? So that's already one thing.
Yeah.
Okay? We've already said that already. Our roads are already cracked, that's number 2, and that's because of our government and council who are not fixing them properly. And number 3, if they're too wide for the lanes, which on and off occasion...
They're not even allowed to be... You can't register a vehicle
if it's too wide.
Yeah,
so
it has to comply.
It has complied.
Yeah.
So obviously he's just not driving it correctly, like Nick said.
And that's probably part of the reason why
part of the reason. And at the same time, there's I can't say that word. There are idiots that drive normal cars.
Oh, 100%.
So the thing is, if you're really afraid of these big pickups and you are so adamant that they must get off the road, maybe you should do a driver's course. I know plenty of people can do this. So if you want to, you can drop down below in the comments.
Yeah, we've got a mate of ours.
We've got a mate of ours who could give you you some lessons, right? Or just don't drive at all. Sorry, just don't drive. If you're that scared, get on public transport. Like, honestly, but it's so stupid because it's just like... So what will happen, guys, for everyone in the motoring world, if they get away with banning these, what's next? oh, I'm going to ban a supercar because they're too loud.
Well, they're already talking about supercar licenses.
Yeah, see what I'm getting at? It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So eventually, what can you drive then? A Prius, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's a bit stupid, a bit absurd. A lot of people work time and like their hours, they work hard, they work every single day, sweat, blood and tears to afford their dream car. Why not let them have it?
Look, and as long as it's not actually causing a problem.
Yeah, like it's not killing anyone.
And from what we can see, it doesn't appear to be causing a problem besides people being a little intimidated. Let them have their trucks, I guess. So
the moral of the story is, if you're bad at driving, there's two solutions. Go do a driver's course or just get off the road.
Yeah, good one, sir. So this looks pretty cool.
Does
you reckon?
Cool. Yeah, so this was shown at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's the new, literally just F1. That's what the movie's called. It's Formula 1.
Brad Pitt.
Let's watch it.
He's looking pretty good for his age, mate.
Yeah, he is. A very handsome man. And we're going
to
talk about it.
Now McLaren, all have a speed on the straights. Our shot is battling in the turns. We need to build our car for combat.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
Who said anything about safe?
First, I'm on till I'm on the island. My life's riding on all burn on autopilot. Before I touch dirt, I'll kill y'all with kindness. I kill you, my natural sinus much worse. You've been born, you've been born, you've been born. It's like a whip and you're snatching mine of his uniform. Leaving with socks, hard bottoms, and doors on. And hanging mice from the hole.
It looks
It's pretty sick.
proper epic.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be mad.
It's going to be... So, two things. Who are they? Which car company? Because they mentioned Mercedes, they mentioned Ferrari,
Yep.
and they mentioned Red Bull, wasn't
I
it?
think it's on McLaren as well, though.
McLaren, right? So, doggos are barking. So the doggos are in the room. So if you're listening, you'll probably hear it. And if you're watching, you'll probably see the doggos.
They want to be on the podcast.
They want to be on the podcast. So,
I reckon
what car? What company?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's listen to the next one we got.
Yeah.
Because I reckon what's a fun one at home, right? Maybe you've just watched that. What engine do you think?
So what they've dubbed over the top is definitely not the V6.
Yeah.
So go to the next one. Because I heard it straight away, and definitely... Right, so put the noise on.
Yeah.
So, okay. V12. V10. The best. That's the best one. V8. And now the V6.
Do we think it's the V6, guys?
They've definitely not dubbed. That's not the V6.
Yeah.
I think out of the four, it's the V10. Or a mixture of the V8.
It kind of sounds like V10, but also a little mixture of the V8s.
Violet won't stop barking.
Violet,
We're doing a podcast, doggo.
shh, leave Winnie alone.
Okay? Sorry, guys. So, yeah, we think it's the V10 or the V... I think it's a mixture of V10 and the V8.
Yeah, so do I. It kind of sounded like a little bit of both when we were listening to that first initial clip.
100%. Sad thing is, you think Formula 1, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you used to go watch Formula 1, yes, you'd watch it because of the cars and because of the atmosphere and all that. But the main reason you wanted to go was the ear-piercing V10 or V8.
I still remember the first one I went to. I think it was India at the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And I just remember being on the sideline and just being like, holy shit. And it's like, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And it was just mental.
It's insane. I went to Ferrari Day. Remember they had Ferrari Day in Eastern Creek?
Yeah.
That was mad.
I was there with you.
Yeah.
We didn't
we
know
know each other back there, but
Didn't
and
know
I was
each
in the
other until
pits.
there.
I was in the pits, and they had the V10 and the V8 there. But funny enough, the loudest car was the Ferrari Enzo FXX.
Yeah, I think it was stupid.
It was just dumb. Like, the Formula 1s were loud, and then you saw that go down the straight, and
It's
you were
because
like...
they allow them to just be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
So it's just unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah.
Complete, utter, raucous sounding V12 power.
Yeah.
I think Violet wants to get out.
Yes, I think so. Let's wrap this one up.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up so we can let the doggos out so we can continue. But yeah, movie, so keen for it.
Definitely.
But definitely not using the V6 sound.
But it sounds like they might have done it right. So
Yeah, let's wait for it. Let's watch it. Actually, we'll go watch it and then we'll let you know.
give you a review.
of it.
Just so we can introduce the...
One of them.
Well, one of the interruptions occasionally. This is our Violet here, and she is a bit of a menace, but she's also a cute potato. But yeah.
She interrupts us all the time. Well, not just her, all the time.
Anyway, you go and play with your friends while we do the podcast, alright? Alright, say goodbye. All right, off you go. So, Sal, what have we got here, mate?
Jeep introduces full screen pop-ups ads that appear every time you stop.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Wouldn't you love that? Driving your car, you stop at a set of lights, the next minute you got some ads.
No.
That sounds pretty good to me, right?
No, I don't. I was speaking to Nick about this off the podcast, and I'm going to put it on the podcast, is that I saw this coming
Yeah.
for a long time.
I've been talked about a little while ago. I remember seeing something about they were talking about subscriptions and a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, more than that, because of all the car reviews I've been doing lately, in the last 2 years I've been doing them, right? All these screens, it's the perfect place for marketing. You think about it being a marketing company, it's the perfect place.
Well, you're in your car for how many hours a day with a lot of people, and it's sitting in front of your face.
So now where they've got multiple screens, as long as it's not distracting, they're going to put up ads that just pop up.
I wonder if they're allowed, though. Or how far it's going to go.
Well, you've got radio.
Yeah, I know, but the difference is it's visual, right? So say I'm sitting in my car at a set of lights, and an ad pops on down here for something, and I'm looking at that and I don't see the set of lights change.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think...
Who knows, but...
I think if they're going to allow them, it's going to only be like
driving cars?
No, or self-driving cars, yes, but also self-ads, i.e. the manufacturer's stuff has to do with the car.
I can see it happening.
I wouldn't think they're going to just allow external ad marketing in cars on displays. It's so... You can't do it.
I know this is very conspiracy theory-like.
Sure, let's listen
and
up.
very out there, but... Hey,
come on then.
You know I like to think outside the box, okay?
I don't know if it's outside the box, but...
Shut up. Listen, guys, I want... Some of the listeners are going to believe what I say, some aren't, some are going to be on your side.
All right, let me get my tinfoil hat.
Who says that in the near future, we won't be able to start our cars until we watch 3 or 4 ads? I can see a future.
Yeah, it's a bit like, what is it, when you get DUI'd and you have to have that breathalyzer.
I honestly can see this happening.
It's like ad watch before you start your car.
And now if you want to start your car with ads free, you have to pay more.
Yeah.
I don't see it not happening.
Or they could just do the car's, 30 grand.
Yeah.
Or you can pay 20 grand for it with a 3-year ad plan where you have to watch ads for 3 years.
For 3 years. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
That's why you don't buy modern cars, that's why you buy old cars, because old cars are more fun, more mechanical, and better than modern cars, because modern cars are...
Alright, so.
They are!
Alright, mate.
They're not that fun anymore. They're dying. There is a fair few. There's some... Okay, let me retract that.
It's a very big generalisation.
There are some that do tickle your fancy and still give you that tingling sensation in your nutsack as a car enthusiast.
Yep.
Right?
I like that tingle.
Yeah.
It's a good tingle.
But there are some that don't.
Oh, there's a lot that don't.
There's so many out there now that don't.
Yeah, but what you've got is you've got a market, like always, where you've got people who don't actually give a shit about that tingle. You and I like the tingle.
Yeah. I love the tingle.
90% of people, 90% of people don't care about the tingle, and that's the problem. They're the majority of purchasers. So we've now got a lot of cars that don't actually
have tingling in it.
No tingling.
So that brings us on to the next part.
I think we've probably talked about the tingle enough. So.
That brings us on to the next part, and that is we were talking about this off screen because we thought for you guys to get an understanding of what we like.
Yeah.
Nick and me thinking. Well, we want to know what your 3 favourite cars are, or your dream 3 cars in your garage.
Some stuff you've gone, what would be pretty cool to have in my garage? It doesn't have to be your ultimate cars, but if you had to tomorrow go out there, buy some cool cars to sit in your garage to tick some boxes.
100%.
What would they be? What would you consider something pretty cool to own for a variety of reasons? It doesn't have to be supercars.
No.
Just
can be anything.
Can be something cool, can be old school, can be whatever. But what did you reckon? What were your...
Well, no, what's yours first? Because I know what mine are already. You know that I know what mine are already.
I was able to know a little bit about this because I was like, there's so many cool cars. What would I absolutely want to have? And I just think of myself right now.
Yep.
Over my life, if I had to select cars, I probably would have a different choice.
Yep.
But I think if I had to go out tomorrow and just pick some cars to kind of tick my current boxes, I reckon I'd be probably picking the new GT3 RS so I can go out and do a whole bunch of track work because I'm pretty keen on that. I've never had a Ferrari. I'd probably get one.
Yeah, so they're mad.
Because I'd like to sort of...
But what one?
Have one on a weekend, a daily around.
But what one?
Yeah, I don't know.
3, 2, 1, go.
Probably 488.
There we go.
I'd give it a
See, that's what you just need to do. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, probably. But look, I'd probably seek some advice there because I'm not a huge Ferrari enthusiast.
Yeah.
But I've always been keen to give one a go. So Would see.
Yeah.
And then I reckon I need something for the family. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get myself a G-Wagon, which are pretty stupid. But they're a silly car. I don't know what else I would do as family car.
I got a counter on that. That's better than a G-Wagon. If anyone out there has over like near 300k to buy something that's for a family car and it's stupid,
Yeah.
this is the perfect balance because I love
All
this.
right, well, tell us. So think of yourself, right?
I'll think family first.
Yeah, think family first.
Family comes first. Family. Okay?
Family.
So if I'm thinking family first,
Yeah, what is it?
the perfect blend of American muscle and stupidity off-roading, the Dodge Ram TRX. Big,
Why am I not surprised?
big ass bull
Why am I
bar,
not surprised?
37-inch tyres, and I would lift it. Even though it's already high, lift it again.
How is your wife and kids getting in that thing?
Oh, ladders, bro.
And shopping?
Ladders.
Go everywhere around in
Yeah,
the boot?
no, I would sort it out. No, that's what my family car would
So
be.
when you talk practical, don't talk to Sal, because that's definitely...
Dodge Ram TRX.
It's not a practical
Awesome,
family.
right? Next car,
Anyway, move on, yeah.
custom built 911
Yeah.
H series.
Okay.
Right, custom from the ground up. I wouldn't do a Singer. I'd do my own version.
Yeah.
Right, custom,
Something like that.
full
yeah.
custom, and it would be custom to be able to go on the track. So it would be a track old school with the modern feeling. So
Okay, so what you'd talk about, like maybe old school look, but you'd have modern...
correct. So
engine
I would
and
try to find
drivetrain.
your GT3 RS, a smash version, and use the engine out of that.
Right, yeah, okay, that's cool.
And
Yeah,
I-
it's like, who's... I swear I was seeing one with...
Singer do it, and we know
no,
Singer
our
does it.
other favourite journalist who goes out on the track, likes to do skids, what's his name?
Well, Chris Harris.
Yeah, right? Did you
Yeah.
have a mate that was out there, one
Yes,
of those old school
yes,
ones where
yeah,
looked like had a bunch
yeah.
of modern stuff and he was doing skids all
Yeah.
over in it?
So
Yeah,
I'd have one
similar.
of those, and then I would have to. By all means, I'd have to own one of
Yes.
these.
It's
A
gotta be
Ferrari.
yeah.
But what Ferrari do you think I'd choose? That's the thing, see?
I don't know.
There's a kicker.
You've talked a few different ones over the years.
Yeah.
To know.
Look, an F40 is a bit too much of a stretch.
Yeah, look, I think...
Right?
Yeah, again.
I'm talking about a bit realistic in the future, right?
I reckon you'd have to do something with V12.
I would want a V12, but there's one Ferrari that I've loved since I was a kid, and I went in it, and I've been in it, and I just love the look
It's like
of
a 430 or something?
430 Scuderia.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning
Yeah,
that.
I love the F430 Scuderia's looks,
Yeah.
its noise, and everything about that car just screams purest Ferrari. It was at a point in time where manufacturers were trying to make cars where they'll charge you more for less. It was seriously, that was that era.
That was the era.
It was becoming, it was like, and Clarkson did reviews on it, and Richard and Hammond from Top Gear at the time, and the
Yeah.
boys would be like, you're paying more
For less.
for less. And then when you want to put the stuff they took out of it,
They cost you
they
more
charge
money.
you more for it.
But
But
was
that
era.
would be my dream garage. I'd absolutely love all that. Like that's something which would be awesome. TRX I don't think would ever happen because my wife would want an M3 Touring.
Yep, I would agree with the practicality on that one.
She loves the M3 Touring.
they're very
I
cool.
think that's what would realistically take
Tick
over.
that box.
And I wouldn't be too disappointed with that. No, not at all. Right? Because that ticks a lot of boxes, that car. And that car is brilliant.
Perfect, yeah. They are,
Perfect
they are
balance
amazing.
of everything, right? So just think about it, right? You buy an M3 Touring, it is weekend warrior for the kids and the family,
Yep,
right? And then trackable, 100% track, especially with the new version of CS,
correct.
right?
Yep.
And you can still daily drive it.
It ticks all the boxes.
It ticks so many boxes, and that's why they're selling like hotcakes.
For a cool family vehicle,
Yeah.
100%.
But other than that, guys, on that note, just before we wrap it up,
Yep.
we want to know, if you're listening or watching, what's your favourite garage? Like your 3 favourite cars. We want to know what our listeners would have in their garage. So if you listen to this whole episode, put it down in the comments below.
Chuck them in there. We'll
And
have a bit of a look.
We'll have a look, and we will probably talk about it on the next podcast.
Maybe give you guys some feedback, tell you if you think it's good or bad.
If you're putting massive utes in there, I love ya. All right? So if there's big utes in there, good job.
Yeah, you
If-
might approve for him, but for me it might be.
Yeah.
But anyway, chuck them in there. We'll have a look.
Other than that, guys, that is it for the episode.
Yeah, keep an eye out for our upcoming Prides and
Joys, and then we've got Only Cars, the partnership that we've just signed on with. We did a special review with them, so we're doing a review. So to give you an idea what's going on with Only Cars, a bit of background before we wrap everything up. Only Cars, we've partnered up with them. So I'm doing the reviews for their channel called Revved Up Reviews.
Yep.
It will then be posted there first and posted on ours second. So there will be a playlist on our channel, another one, we've got so many, of Revved Up Reviews, where we go and interview owners of dealerships with their cars, and they are for sale on Only Cars. So if you are looking for a new car
Yep.
or a second-hand car,
Yep.
go over to Only Cars. They're there. Heaps are there.
And if you want some advice, hit us up.
Hit us up. And if you're on finance, Credit One.
Hit us up.
So other than that, guys, please like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on another fantastic episode
Yes.
of the MotorMarvel Podcast.
Thanks, guys. Catch you soon.
Us.